Hello everybody. We're going to do what we call in energy medicine a Quickie energy balance. Now this is usually incorporated into any energy medicine session that you have, but it is a wonderful thing to do for somebody just on its own. So I'm going to lead you through it. Now I might be going a little bit faster, but really when you're doing it on your own, take your time, and I'll try and go slow enough so you can follow along as well. All right. So first of all, the most important thing is to bring yourself into a space where you feel centered. Before you even start working on somebody, give yourself a hookup and a zip up, and you're ready to go so that your own energy is protected and you don't project anything onto them as well. That's also really important. Okay, so place your hand down by their sacrum, a little bit above their bum, and the other hand on the top of their back, and just connect with their energy for a second. And take a deep breath, and ask your client to take a deep breath. Tony, will you take a deep breath? Great. It's really important to connect with someone's energy and be present. Now what we're going to do is called the sacral rock. Sacrum rock. Now this is going to loosen up the root chakra, and it's also going to calm down our body's energy. Anything that's on alert, this is going to calm it down and really make you feel relaxed. And you want to make sure you're giving them a nice rock, not just some little thing just like this. You want to really make sure you're making a proper movement. And again, be gentle and also be aware. Always make sure that the person doesn't have any injuries that may affect what you're doing. You want to be really careful always to ask your client what injuries they have. Okay. So we've done the rocking for a while. You might want to do this a little bit longer because it's really nice. And then you stop. And you're going to feel a little bit of buzzing. It's almost like this energy is just, you've awoken up their energetic body, and it feels really nice. Okay. Now you're going to come, and with your arms in a diagonal position, stretch out the back. Give them a nice little stretch. What you're doing is not only stretching them out, but you're creating a crossover on their back. And crossovers are very important to our energy. Okay, now we move on to what we call the belt flow. The belt flow is a radiant circuit that runs along your belt. And you start pulling at the person's waist along their belt, maybe a little bit around their stomach. And you really want to pull hard enough so that you're lifting their body off the ground. And then you pull across their back and down the opposite leg. Okay? You're creating a crossover. But you're also igniting this radiant circuit. The belt flow connects the upper body and the lower body energetically, which is really important because we want to have our energies flowing completely through our body. Okay. Now we come and we do it to the other side. I'll do this one a little bit faster just to show you. So we're pulling, rubbing along the waistline, bringing it across the back, down the opposite side of the leg. Okay, now we're going to do a spinal flush. A spinal flush is a really amazing way to shift your mood. And it's a lymphatic exercise, so it is a deep touch, and it runs from the spine and about an inch out from either side of the spine. Do not push in on the spine. Only an inch out, and just with your own body weight, start kneading your way down their back. And how's that pressure? Okay.
Very enjoyable.
Okay, when you get down to the bottom here, you might want to push with your hands. That feels really nice. It's a kneading motion. And come back and you do it again. Remember to find the spine, inch out. And I am doing this a little bit faster just to show you. But we're still getting the job done. I think his energy is changing. Okay. Now we're going to sweep the energy off his body. Make sure that whatever's hanging on there, he doesn't need it. We're just going to sweep away any energy that's not necessary. And it's really like giving yourself a spring cleaning. And then we're going to do some figure eights. Because figure eights are amazing for our body and our energy. It's just a very healing motion. And you may want to take one hand and make figure eights going up the person's spine. This is the governing meridian, and it feels really nice to do that. Okay, now you're going to ask your client to turn over. Tony, would you please turn over?
It's so comfortable like that. Wow.
Okay, so now we're going to give them a hookup. You want to find their belly button. There it is. You take your middle finger, put it in the belly button. Take your other middle finger and put it in between their eyebrows or their third eye. Gently press in and up. And just hold that for a while. And you're going to want to watch their breath, because at some point they're going to have a deep involuntary breath or take a sigh, and it's at that point you know that the person has hooked up. So we will just relax in this position. And there he goes. I don't know if you can see that, but Tony is now hooked up. Woohoo! All right, now we're going to give him another belt flow on the front side of his body. Again, pulling at the waist, at the belt line, bringing it across the body and down the opposite leg. And everybody's bodies are different, so if somebody maybe has a nice big pot belly, you want to make sure that you're pulling underneath that belly. Tony has a nice slim tummy, so we can just go straight across and not have to worry about anything. Down the opposite leg. And then, of course, we do the other side because we want everything to be even. That's one. And that's two. All right. So, now we're going to sweep the energy off his hands. And what I'm doing here also is taking my hands and moving them around behind his ear, down his shoulder, and off his hands. That's a way to calm what we call a triple warmer, or in Chinese medicine called the three burners. It's responsible for our state of alarm and alert. So we just come and smooth behind his ears and sweep the energy off his feet. Come back, do that again, sweep the energy off his body, kind of like a spring cleaning. Do some figure eights. And again, do a figure eight up his central meridian, which runs like this, because that's going to zip him up and give him a sense of centeredness and safeness and protection. And if you want to throw in a little extra, you can come behind here and you're going to find two humps on the back of the head. Just massage that. Massage it from the center of his head out to his ears. It's just very soothing and relaxing. And maybe you want to take your thumbs and gently smooth out his forehead. Again, this is very calming, very relaxing. And that, my folks, is a Quickie energy balance. I hope you use it well, and I hope you enjoy it very much. Thank you.